back to the video on the cheapest Honda 400EX build. If you guys missed the last two videos on this thing, I got this thing for 1,200 bucks. The top end was fried on it, so we decided to build it up with all the cheapest parts, test out all the cheapest parts to rebuild the top end, and that's what we're doing today. So we got it all rebuilt last video and did the first start. Started out pretty good, and then we kind of broke it in, did the braking process, which was just pretty much going full throttle on this thing right away. I've heard some different opinions from different people. Some people like to, go hard right away on it. Some people like to go slow and work their way up to hard. Usually I work my way up, but with this one I figured, why not just go hard and see what happens. So we went hard right off the bat, and yeah, it broke in fine. So it's still running good. But today is the day we test it out and run it hard. We are riding this thing until it breaks. We're taking this thing to the land, and we're just gonna be holding it wide open the whole time. So we will see if anything breaks. We've got a super cheap timing chain in there. We've got timing chain guides that are super cheap. We've got the sprocket and chains on it that are really cheap. Piston and cylinder were like 70 bucks, so those were really cheap. All the gaskets were cheap, so we could have a failure with any one of those parts. It does have the stock head on it, and it does have the stock cam. So we'll see what happens. It will be interesting. But a couple things need to be fixed before we go take it for the final ride. We need to fix the choke lever right here. This happens all the time on 400EXs. This lever right here, when you're riding it, it comes up and stays up. Right now I put a spring on it just for temporary fix. But we're gonna take the carburetor out and just see if we can get this thing to stick a little bit better. It might be broken, but if not, we'll just keep that spring on there, and that spring keeps it from going all the way up and getting choked out. And then I want to tighten up the chain a little bit. The chain looks a little bit loose on here. So let's do those couple things, and then we'll go take it for the test drive. All right, so we got the carburetor out of here. You can see how easy this moves back and forth. It doesn't really get stuck when it goes back. It should tap into place right there. There's a little like ball that should lock into place there, and it's not doing that. So I think this plate's bent a little bit, so we're gonna try to bend the plate back so that actually latches. So we need to take that screw off right here. So see how that plate comes off? There's that little ball right there that locks into these. So we'll clean these up and see if we can bend this back to place. So over time it just wears out. Let's see if we can make it a little bit better. All right, looks like we fixed it. So you can see putting pressure on it, it's not going back. So it's just staying there. If you put pressure on it, it'll click into the next spot, won't move, and same with the next spot. So that's not going anywhere. So what we did was bend this tab that way. So when you screw it in, it puts more pressure on this. It keeps it tighter. So over time that wears out, and that pushes that metal piece out, and that little ball bearing thing in there just goes right by those holes and doesn't latch in. So now it's fixed. Feels pretty good. All right, so I noticed that it was running pretty lean last time we drove it. So we're gonna take a look at the jets in there and maybe change those out with some bigger ones. All right, so the main jet that was in it was a 152, I believe it's right here. Yep, so 152 was in it already, and it was shooting flames and kind of popping and stuff. So that was too lean. I think what we're gonna do is go to a 160 right away. I'd rather be too rich than too lean. And if that doesn't work, we'll go to a 155. But I'm thinking the 160 is gonna be fine. I looked on a bunch of forums and a lot of people said that without the air box, you should run between 155 and 160. So we'll see. We'll install this guy onto here. We've got 160 here. Just see how it compares to the 152. Yeah, that should be fine. Because we're not running an airbox lid, and we've got a full White Brothers exhaust on there, so we'll see what that does for us. Alright, carburetor is back in with the 160 main. Let's see if we can tighten this chain up here. So we're going to loosen up these Allen bolts down here. If we can. This one looks stripped out. That's interesting. They're really loose. I don't know if it was doing too much. These might be tighter back here. Oh, that one's completely out. It's a good thing we're checking this. That one's like stripped out or something. I don't know what's going on there? Look how rusty this one is. What the heck? Might have to get some penetrating oil in there. But anyway, to make this thing tighter, you can see the collar right next to the chain. It's got a little hole in it. We're gonna pound that down. Hammer, whatever. It should tighten up the chain for us. Let's see. I think that's pretty good. Maybe a couple more taps. That looks pretty good. So here we are. So even if we put pressure on the suspension, you can see it stays relatively loose, so we're good there. We can tighten these Allens back up, and that chain is tightened up. Alright, so we took it for a little test drive, and the 160 main seems to be working a lot better. There's no backfiring, no flames, and no popping. So I think we're good to go with the 160. I'm happy we put the 160 in there, not the 155. I feel better about that. So let's go ahead and take this to the land and just beat on it and see if we can break something. We'll see what fails first. Should be interesting. All right, let's start this beast up, get her warmed up. Alright, so far so good. Rode it for about 10 minutes so far. Holding up good. Alright, so far it's got pretty good power. It's nothing like my big bore with a stage 2 cam. Nowhere close to that power, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. You know, for all stock. But yeah, she'll do everything you need it to do here. Suspension really sucks on it. Brakes are decent. I mean, not too bad. quick check everything over here. See what's going on. I know the wheel bearings are pretty much shot on this thing. Check over everything, make sure there's no leaks or anything going on. I see a drop of oil right here. Where is that coming from? That's weird. One single drop. Oh, right here. There's a leak right here. So the O-ring in there must be shot. It's just a really small leak. It's not anything serious, but there is a leak there. I think that's the only one I see. Oh, that's really wobbly back here too. I don't know what's going on with that. I should probably not be like that. Is chain staying tight? Chain is staying tight. Cool. Yeah, chain is good. Check the oil here quick. See what that looks like. Yeah, there's still oil on the dipstick. So far so good. I'm trying to really beat on this thing. Put it in first. Seems like our jetting's on. Probably gonna kick up some deer here. Flying. fast going down that corner. There's a hill climb over here somewhere. Whoa, almost right into a tree. She quit. She quit. Uh-oh. Did she die on us? Oh, she's smoking pretty good out the back. I don't know. I don't know. Did she quit? Something might go. Maybe we're just out of gas. There's gas in it. Did she quit on us here? Where the heck is neutral? There you go. Must not be neutral. Oh, she didn't quit. She's smoking though. She is smoking bad. She's smoking really bad. I don't know if that's just from the pipe or what. Oh, she quit again. Keeps on quitting. What's up with that? Uh-oh. Let's see if you put the choke on. Did we kill it? We may have. I think we're just low on gas. I don't know. Let me go try to add some more gas to it. You can see all the oil built up on the pipe there. So I don't know if it's smoking out of the pipe. Looks like a lot of carbon buildup, so it could be just from the pipe. Let's get some more gas in this thing. First we'll see if it starts up. Alright, so far so good. It did stop a couple times. I'm thinking it was a little bit low on gas maybe. But otherwise she's running good. Lots of power. It's pretty fast. Obviously not as fast as the big bore, but she's doing pretty good. He's gonna try to break this thing. See if he can do it. So I can't break it. Ripping that thing. Thing is holding up too. Crazy. Here he comes. I know.
I think it's getting weaker though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good.
She's pretty.
Yeah, I just like hold the throttle wide open,
Yeah.
hammer on it. Yeah. It won't die. I just
think it's definitely given up. It was really.
Oh yeah. So
185S.
we gotta think. Okay, so did it blow a head gasket? Let's see. Is it leaking anything? No, it's not leaking anything. You think the rings are giving out?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's really slow getting off that 500 and getting on this thing.
Yeah.
It's like getting on a little real radio flyer.
Yeah. I could see you like trying to like almost like you're a horse whipping it to go faster and it won't go.
I don't know how much harder you can come in here. I'm going like full blast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
The circle wheelie must have been kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I mean for what, $70 to rebuild the top end? I mean, not horrible.
Check the oil and see if it's using any oil.
Yeah. Doesn't leave a cloud, so.
Yeah, weird. As much residue as there is in the exhaust, you would think.
I'm wondering if the pipe was backed up at one point before.
That.
Yeah. Does it start back up after a hard run?
And it might be lean looking at that head pipe.
Okay. What gear are we in?
Oh, there we go too. Yeah, Jason Rushman is in 19th gear every time.
Oh, it's not on.
Big my part.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Doesn't really even have that bad of a tick.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we just got home. Jason, the guy that was over riding the 400 EX the second day, he rides quads, and I think he rode them professionally back in the day. So he ripped this thing pretty hard, and he can't break it either. We rode this thing around for a while, and it just won't break. So those aftermarket parts are holding up. I rode this thing the previous day for probably 2.5 hours, and I just could not get this thing to blow up. I was stringing it out, holding the throttle wide open the whole time and nothing, just hammering on it nonstop, and it won't give out. So I think in conclusion, those aftermarket cheap parts are fine, you know, for the time being. I don't know the longevity of it, but riding it hard for at least a couple hours, it doesn't do anything to it. Not a single leak on the engine anywhere, super tight. Head gaskets are holding up, everything is holding up, which I cannot believe, but it is. So that wraps up today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the Honda 400EX, cheapest build possible. I did not think it would run this long. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay tuned for next one. Vinny, what do you think, buddy? Did we do good? What do you think of the 400EX? What do you think, bud? Vinny? He approves. And until next time, we are